Today in this session, we shall discuss matters relating to the elements of phonetics for improving English pronunciation. And here, we shall first know what phonetics is. Phonetics is a systematic study of language which deals with the medium of speech. And in this phonetics, we deal with the production, transmission and reception of the sounds of human speech. The lung air we breathe out is modified into speech sounds. The lung air we breathe out, whatever lung air we breathe out, whatever we take in, we breathe out. So, the air which we breathe out is modified into speech sounds. In almost all languages, a letter of the alphabet represents a particular sound, but in English it is not like that. In English, a letter of the alphabet represents more than one sound. For instance, let us see the letter A in the following words represents different sounds. For instance, F-A-N, fan, fan. So, the sound is A. Whereas, in the word father, the letter A represents the sound A, father, A. And in the word name, N-A-M-E, name, the sound is name, name, A. The letter A represents the sound A. And in the case of the word B-A-L-L, ball, it is not actually ball, it is ball. Say here, the letter A represents the sound O, ball. And in the case of the word A-W-A-Y, way, way. So, the initial letter A represents the sound very weak and short. So, that way, in the word fan, it represents the sound A, and in the word father, it is A, and in the word name, it represents the sound A, and in the case of word ball, A represents the sound O, and in the case of the word way, the initial letter A represents the sound A. So, what are the different sounds the letter A represents? In these 5 words, 5 different sounds are being represented by the letter A. A, A, O, O. So, that way, in English, a letter of the alphabet represents more than one sound. Coming to the vowel sounds in English, here we can see the different symbols of the sounds. E, the sound E as in bean, peel, read, bean, peel, read. So, in all these cases, it is elongated E and it is represented by that symbol. And these symbols are put between 2 slant lines to represent that they are the symbols of sounds, but not alphabet. And then short E as in pit, sin, kill. E sound. The E sound is represented by that particular symbol. And then A, as in pear, cell, hen. So, in these words, the vowel sound is A. The A sound is represented by that particular symbol which we can see there. And then the symbol for the sound in the words cat, pan, pack, A sound. This sound is not found in our Indian languages. It is there only in English. We do not have it in our Indian languages. A sound, as in cat, pat, rat, pack, like that. A sound, the symbol you can see. And then another vowel sound, as we found in the words last, father, barn. So, this is A. When we utter this sound A, we open our mouth A, like A. We have this in all our Indian languages, A. The symbol for that is, you can see there between the two slanted lines. And then next symbol is for the sound O. It is lost, pot, caught, O, O. O, when you say O, our lips get rounded. Without lip rounding, you utter the same sound, O, O. That is short O. This is a variant of O we have in our Indian languages. In Indian languages, we have O and then elongated O. In English, we do not have O, lip rounding. There is no lip rounding when we utter O sound. So, that is the symbol of the sound O without lip rounding, lost, pot, caught, caught, pot, lost. That is the symbol of O without lip rounding. And then we have the symbol O, born, coat, court, C-O-U-R-T, coat, C-A-U-G-H-T also court, coat, court, born, B-A-L-L, ball, A-L-L, all. So, in all these words we have the sound O, elongated O, which we have in our Indian languages. That is the symbol you can see between the two slanted lines. The symbol you can see inverted C followed by two dots. Wherever we have got those two dots after the symbol, it is signified that the sound is elongated. It is elongated sound O. And even in the previous case also we have A, as in last, father, A sound. And now O. Next O. We have this in our Indian languages, O. Put, foot, full. So, O sound. To represent the sound O, we have that U in between two slanted lines. That is not U, it is the symbol for the sound O. Next one, the symbol for the sound Oo, as in boon, food, cool. See, F-O-O-T, foot, F-O-O-D, food. So, when the word ends with D sound, then it is elongated, food. When the word ends with T sound, it is not elongated. So, foot. So, this kind of differentiation we have to keep in view always. We have to be very particular in respect of English language. And then last three vowel sounds. In the case of words but, fun, cut, see, look, the symbol is inverse V within slanted lines. So, that is the symbol of weak, when it is short but not weak, it is a strong sound, but, fat, cut. So, it is a strong Then comes oh. This is slightly different from ah. When you say ah, we open our mouth, ah, as in father, barn, okay, class, glass. There we open our mouth when we utter that sound ah. But this is slightly variant of that ah. You utter ah sound, but don't open. Without opening the mouth, utter the same sound ah, oh, burn, certain. So, that is the symbol. The symbol is that. Write 3 followed by the number 3 followed by 2 dots. That is the symbol of the sound. It is slightly variant of ah. When you say ah, you open your mouth. When you say you don't open your mouth, but you utter the same sound without opening the mouth. As in bird, curd, burn, certain. These are all the words which have the same sound. And then last one is a very weak and short. Very weak and short sound. About, another, submit, submit. So, in the case of the word submit, the initial sound between s and b, short and weak. Another, the initial sound, about, the initial sound, the initial vowel sound is So, that is the symbol of weak and short These are 12 pure vowel sounds. What are they? E, I, A, O, O, U, A, O, A. So, these are 12 pure vowel sounds. After that, we have double vowel sounds which are called diphthongs. See, look, as in the case of the words bay, bay, name, fail. So, two vowel sounds are clubbed together. So, this one, when we utter the word bay, name, fail, it starts with the sound A, ends with the sound E, A, day, D-A-Y, day, F-A-M-E, fame, G-A-M-E, game. So, in English, we don't have A sound. Instead, we have A, bay, name, fail. It is a diphthong. And then I, we have this I sound in our Indian languages. I sound we have in Indian languages. Same by, B-U-I, by, cry, sight. In these words we have that I sound, the symbol of which is, you can see there between the two slanted lines, I. Starts with A, ends with E, I. Similarly, another diphthong or double vowel sound, oi, starts with O, ends with E, oi, boy, soil, coin, oil, O-I-L, oil. So, like that, in all these cases we have oi. So, these three, A, I, oi, these three diphthongs end with E sound. Next comes N-O, not no, no, it is not no, it is no. G-O, we used to utter it as go, it is not go, it is go. Weak, the sound starts with weak, ends with u, go, no. Then ow sound starts with strong ends with u, as in now, how, so, ow. The previous one, weak starts with weak and ends with u. The next one starts with strong ends with u, ow, now, how, so, like that. And then these two end with u sound, ow. Then next one, as in peer, clear, hear, starts with e sound, ends with a sound. Ear, H-E-R-E, hear, H-E-A-R, hear, C-L-E-A-R, clear, P-E-E-R, peer. So, same sound with different spellings. Okay? So we have to master these things as they are. Next one, air, A-I-R, air, P-A-I-R, pair, H-E-I-R, hair, T-H-E-R-E, there, air, starts with A, ends with a sound. These are all diphthongs, that means combination of two vowel sounds. Air, pair, hair, there. Then ua, pua, cure, sure, starts with u, ends with a. So, ua, ear, air, ua. These three sounds end with a sound. So, that way we have 8 diphthongs in English. So, 8 diphthongs and 12 monophthongs. Totally 20 vowel sounds are there in English. Now, we come to other aspects. In English, long vowels are longer than Indian long vowels. And Indian vowels are not rich in diphthongs, but in English, diphthongs are very rich. That means they should be uttered very clearly and strongly. English diphthongs are longer than Indian diphthongs. We say I or I, like that. We say ow in Indian languages, ow. Here in English, ow, how, now, like that. So, English diphthongs are longer and they are uttered with a strong accent. There is accentuation. We come to that aspect sometime later. See, look, the vowel diagram is like this. The tongue position, these are all tongue positions. The tongue positions, 3 positions are there: front, middle and back. Okay. E is front close vowel. That means the cavity almost closes when we utter the sound E. The front portion of the part of the tongue, the part of the tongue which moves up and down, is taken into consideration in going for this vowel diagram. So, the E, when we say E, the front portion, not the tip of the tongue. So, in the tongue, whatever portion that goes up, closing the cavity, okay, that almost goes up and closes the cavity. That is the front portion. And then back portion of the tongue, if it goes up, see, look, when we utter oo, oo, that is the back portion of the tongue goes up. And then when we say, when we utter the sound I, the tongue raises half close. When we say a, like as in cat, rat, mat, half open. When we say ah, as in father, rather, class, glass, like that, the tongue goes down. Then cavity is totally open. So, that is how we go for this vowel diagram. And the mid portion of the tongue raises when we utter the sounds o, a. So, these are 12 pure vowels. The front vowels are E, I, A. Back vowels are oo, oo, o, ah. So, these are the back vowels, and the central vowels are I, O, a. So, these are central vowels. So, that way we classify them as front vowels, back vowels and central vowels. Okay? And then these are the diphthongs, and in these diphthongs, as we have already mentioned, A, I, OE, these 3 start from different places, but end up with E sound. A, I, OE. And in the case of ear, ua, ear, ua, ear, ear, ua, ear. These 3 end up with a sound. Ear, ear starts, ear starts with E, ends with a. Ear starts with A, ends with a. Ua starts with U, ends with a. So, that way all these diphthongs start with different sounds and end up with a separate sound. So, that is why the diphthongs are otherwise called double vowel sounds. Now come to the consonant sounds in English. P, B, T, D. The symbols are given there between slanted lines. P is a voiceless sound. It is a voiceless bilabial plosive. Plosive. When we utter P, air comes out all of a sudden from our mouth. Similarly, B, P, B, T, D, K, G. These are the symbols. Ch, J. One is voiceless sound, the other is voiced sound. P, B, T, D, K, G. These 6 sounds are called plosives because air comes out all of a sudden. Then comes Ch, J. So, air comes out slowly. And in these two also, Ch is voiceless, J is voiced. What is voiceless and what is voiced sound? All vowels are voiced sounds, and in respect of consonant sounds, we have this differentiation: voiceless, voiced, voiceless, voiced. What are voiceless sounds and what are voiced sounds? Voiced sounds are the sounds during the production of which our vocal cords do vibrate. Our voiced sounds, the voiced sounds are nothing but the sounds when we produce our vocal cords vibrate. Vocal cords are here in the throat, inside the throat, vocal cords. When they vibrate only when we produce voiced sounds, and they won't vibrate when we produce voiceless sounds. So, in respect of P, T, K, in respect of P, T, K, they are voiceless sounds. B, D, G are voiced sounds. How to differentiate them? There is a very simple test. Just close your ears like this and utter the sound P, 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 B, 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 T, 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 D, 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 D. You will be listening to the vibration of your vocal cords in the case of voiced sounds. And in the case of voiceless sounds, that we cannot observe because the vocal cords do not vibrate. Okay? And there are other sounds, F, W, voiceless F, voiced W, S, voiceless, Z, voiced, S, voiceless, Z, voiced, and then Sh, voiceless, J, voiced. These are all fricatives. F, F, V, F, V, S, Z, S, Z, Sh, J. Say, even in the case of S, Z, in the case of the same sounds in our Indian languages, when we utter those sounds, T, D. When we say T, D, as in our Telugu or Hindi, the active and passive articulators. Active articulator is the articulator that moves. Passive articulator, the articulator which does not move. So, these two touch with each other when we say T, D as in Telugu. But in English, no such thing. Air should pass through between the space between the active and passive articulators. Active articulator, passive articulator. There will be some space between them through which air passes out all through the time. th, the. When we say th, the, air passes out during the production of the sounds. But whereas in Telugu, ta, both the articulators touch each other and depart when we produce the sound ta or the. So, here in English these are variants from ta, the, as we find in our Indian languages. So, that is this quality of fricatives. Similarly, f, v, s, z, sh, zh. Sh is voiceless, as in ship, sh, ship, sheep. Zh, this is voiced. This zh sound we don't have in Indian languages, but we have it in English, as in vision, television, vision, vision, television, like that. F, v, s, z, s, as we notice in think, thank, this, that, these, those, them. S, as we find in sick, sing. Z, as in zoo. Wherever we have this z in spelling, zoo, zing, like that. Sh, so those are the symbols. Sh, zh. One is voiceless, the other is voiced. So that way we have the vowel sounds and their symbols. You can notice them and practice their utterance. And then remaining consonant sounds are h, m, n, ng, ng, m, n, ng. These three are called nasal sounds, anunasika. In Telugu we say them as anunasika. Mukuto palukutaru. Ante the air comes out through nostrils instead of mouth. M, n, ng. Ng, wherever we have ng spelling like king, king, finger, finger, like that. Wherever we have ng spelling, the sound is ng. And then l, w. We have, this is bilabial sound, w, that is to be pronounced like this, w. Wherever there is w in spelling, window, it is not window, it is window. van, van, w-i-n-d-o-w, window. W-I-N-G, wing, not wing. V-I-N-E, wine, W-I-N-E, wine. So, wherever we have got W in the spelling, it should be pronounced with the two labial lips as the active and passive articulators. Lower lip, active articulator, upper lip, passive articulator. So, that is why it is called bilabial sound. W, when, window, wife, like that. And then y sound as in young, yes, that is the symbol J. Within between two slanted lines we have that J, that is the symbol of the sound y, as in yes, young, yonder, youth. Then r sound, this is all these sounds except h are voiced sounds. So, in all there are 24 consonant sounds, 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. In all 44 sounds are there in English. Then let us talk about pronunciation of r sound. In received pronunciation RP of England, r is not pronounced when it occurs in word final position, as in colour. The word ending r is not pronounced, and before a consonant sound also it is not pronounced, like certain, CERTAIN, R is followed by T, a consonant sound T. So, in such case r is not pronounced, certain. But r sound is pronounced when it is followed by a vowel sound, as in the case of surety, 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 R-I-T-Y, riti. So, r sound is followed by a vowel sound E. So, r is pronounced surety. But when it is followed by a consonant sound, it is not uttered, as in case of certain, garden, girl, GIRL, girl. R is followed by L, a consonant sound. There r is not pronounced. Girl, garden, GARDEN. So, R is followed by the sound D in the word garden. So, r sound is not uttered at word final position and when it is followed by a consonant sound, but it is pronounced when it is followed by a vowel sound. Now, look at these words and phrases. When a word ends with r sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound, and if there is no pause between two words in connected speech, the final r of the first word is pronounced. Father, if we utter the word exclusively, separately, it is father. The word ending r is not pronounced. But in the case of father and mother, the next word and begins with a vowel sound a. So, r, father, the word ending r is pronounced here, father and mother, near enough, far away. So, like that, the word ending r is pronounced when it is followed by a word which begins with a vowel sound. Okay. This kind of r is called linking r. Intrusive r, if a word ends in a vowel sound and the next word begins also with a vowel sound, r intrudes between the two words. For instance, low, it is ending with the vowel sound o, low. Next word and begins with a. So, when the first word is ending with a vowel sound and next word begins with a vowel sound, in such cases r intrudes. So, how do we utter this phrase? Lower an order. lower an order. R intrudes in between. Similarly, the idea of it, idea ends with a sound. Next, of and starts with a sound. So, in connected speech, in such cases, R intrudes. When a word ends with a vowel sound and next word begins also with a vowel sound. In such cases, R intrudes in connected speech. This kind of R is not, we do not find it in the spelling, but in speech R intrudes. Pronunciation of past tense marker D and ED. The past tense marker is pronounced in three ways: T, D or it. If the present tense ends in any voiceless consonant other than T, the past tense marker is pronounced as T. See, cap. Cap is the base, the present tense. It is ending with P. P is a voiceless consonant other than T. So, the past tense marker is pronounced as T. Capped, cooked, loft, passed, thatched, pushed. It is not pushed, it is not passed, it is not laughed, it is not cooked, thatched. No. The past tense marker in such cases is pronounced as a T. Capped, loft, cooked, passed, thatched and pushed. If the present tense ends in any voiced sound, including vowel sounds other than D, the past tense marker is pronounced as D. For instance, rub, rubbed, bag, bagged, judge, judged, love, loved, loathe, loathed, buzz, buzzed, pull, pulled. In all these cases, the present tense ends with a voiced sound. Allow, it is ending with a vowel sound which is a voiced sound. Allowed. So, past tense marker is pronounced as D. Annoy, oy. It is also a diphthong, oy, annoy, annoyed, so, oh. So, past tense marker is pronounced as D, sought. So, likewise, the present tense, if the present tense ends in any voiced sound, the past tense marker is pronounced as D. If the present tense ends either in T or D, the past tense marker is pronounced as id. In the first case, other than T, we have observed, and in the second case, the voiced sounds other than D. Present tense form of verbs ending, see, look. In the first case, the present tense ends in a voiceless consonant other than T. In all such cases, the past tense marker is pronounced as T. And in this second case, present tense ends with a voiced sound other than D. Then in such cases, the past tense marker is pronounced as D. And here, though all those omitted things we discuss here, if the present tense ends in either T or D, the past tense marker is pronounced as id. Want, wanted, faint, fainted, plant, planted, planted, no, fainted, no. The stress shall not be on the last syllable. The stress should be only on the first syllable. Wanted, fainted, planted. Similarly, mended, founded, blended, id. So, if the present tense ends either with t or d, the past tense marker is pronounced as it. And pronunciation of the suffix of s or es, that is plural marker. The plural, possessive or a present tense third person singular marker, yes or es, is pronounced in three ways as s, z or is. S, z and is. So, three different ways. The suffix s or es is pronounced as s if the root ends in a voiceless consonant other than s, sh, ch. S, sh, ch కాకుండా మిగతావి ఏవైనా voiceless consonants తోటి end అయితే, then in such case the plural marker or the possessive marker or the present tense third person singular marker is pronounced as s, caps, cats, cooks, laughs, muths, like that. And then the suffix plural marker is pronounced as z if the root ends in a voiced sound including all vowel sounds also, but other than z, zh and j. Z, zh, j. Other than these three, if the word ends with any voiced sound other than these three sounds. For instance, bulb, bulbs, not bulbs. Rod, d, it is ending with d. It is a voiced consonant sound other than z, zh, j. Rod, d. So, rods. Bag, g, it is ending with the sound g. It is a voiced sound. Bags, not bags. Love, loves. Loath, loathes. Pull, pulls. None, nuns. Swing, sings. So, these are all the words ending with voiced sounds. Boy, it is ending with oi. It is a vowel sound which is a voiced sound. Boy. So, it is not boys, it is boys. Similarly, key, keys, saw, saws. Likewise, the suffix or the plural marker is pronounced in three ways: s, z, and the third one is. The plural marker s or es is pronounced as z if the root ends in a voiced sound other than z, zh or j. And now, even in the first case, we have discussed about the plural marker when the root ends in a voiceless consonant other than s, sh and ch. If the root ends with either s, sh, ch or j, zh, j, then in such case the plural marker is pronounced as is. So, look at the examples. Pass, plural marker es is pronounced as is. Passes, rose, roses, not roses. Bush, bushes, not bushes. Garage, garages, not garages. Not garages, it is garages. Church, churches. Edge, edges, judge, judges, like that. So, when we want to think about various sounds in a word, we also talk about the syllables in a word. The syllable is a unit of speech higher than the individual speech sounds. What are the individual speech sounds? The vowel sounds as well as consonant sounds. They are the individual speech sounds. They are otherwise called the speech sounds. Next unit in speech is a syllable. A syllable is a unit of speech higher than the individual speech sounds. See, look at these words. How many syllables are there? Let us consider. Girl, boy, go, come. In all these four words, there is only one syllable. And in the case of teacher, doctor, two syllables are there. Teacher, doctor. Fantastic. How many syllables are there? Three. Fantastic. Numerous. Three syllables. Relationship. How many syllables are there? Relationship. Four syllables are there. So, likewise, when we consider about the syllable, look at the following words. Every word contains only one syllable. I, is, see, was. Likewise, even though it is single letter word, I, it constitutes one syllable. Is, one syllable. See, was. In all these, in a syllable, what is compulsory? Let us think about it. The first one, I, one vowel sound. Is, vowel sound followed by consonant sound, Z. C, vowel sound, E is preceded by a consonant sound, S. Was, vowel sound, O is preceded by W followed by Z. So, if we consider these words, we can conclude that in every syllable, vowel sound is compulsory and consonant sounds may be preceding the vowel sound or following, and both ways. So, after analyzing the syllable structure, for instance, take the word sit. S, E, T. S, E, T. E is the consonant vowel sound. S, T, these are the consonant sounds. S releases E in the word sit. So, that is why it is called the releasing consonant. T, it arrests the vowel sound E, sit. So, that is why it is called a resting consonant, and the vowel sound is the nucleus in the syllable. Therefore, the structure of the syllable is CVC and the vowel is compulsory. There may be consonants on either side or at least one side, either this side or that side. It may precede or follow, or consonants may be on both the sides, but vowel is compulsory in every syllable. See, find out the syllable structure in the case of each of the following words. Let us say slate, S, L, A, T. So, S, L, two consonant sounds precede the vowel sound A in the word slate, and A sound is followed by T. Likewise, scream, S, K, R. three consonant sounds precede E sound, and these three we can say that it is a vowel and consonant cluster which precede or follow. In the case of the word bands, B, only one consonant sound before A, bands. After A, we find N, D and Z, bands, because D is a voiced sound and the plural marker is pronounced as Z, bands. Likewise, there are three sounds after the vowel sound in this particular word. So, that is a consonant cluster again in place of arresting consonant. Stream, S, T, R, three sounds are there forming a consonant cluster before the vowel sound E. And in the case of the last word text, T is the only sound preceding A, the vowel sound A, and after A we have got K, S, T, S, text. So, again forming a consonant cluster after the vowel sound. So, that way when we talk about the vowel sounds and consonant sounds, the next higher thing in a word is syllable, and we have also now discussed about the syllable structure. And in another session we shall discuss some more things relating to the elements of pronunciation, and they are called suprasegmental features. Now, so far we have discussed about segmental features of English. Segmental features. What are the segmental features? The vowel sounds, the consonant sounds, and how they function in words. Okay? How they are to be uttered properly in words, phrases, and in connected speech. And we discuss about how all these things are to be uttered in connected speech, and that we come across in word accent, sentence accent, rhythm and intonation. Those things we shall discuss in another session. Thank you.